My name is Emily Carter, and for a very long time, I was scared to tell this story. Not because I didn't want people to know the truth, but because remembering it meant feeling everything again. The pain, the fear, the loneliness, the nights I cried myself to sleep, the days I smiled for cameras while my heart was breaking. Fame gave me everything I ever dreamed of, and at the same time, it almost destroyed me. Before we begin today's story, take a quiet moment and show some love by liking and subscribing to this channel. Your love and support mean everything to me. I'd love to know how these stories make you feel, so share your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's begin. I was born in Austin, Texas, in a small house near a busy highway. It wasn't beautiful, but it was home. My mother, Sarah, worked 2 jobs to support us. She would wake up early in the morning to work at a grocery store and come home late at night after cleaning offices. My father was a truck driver. When he was sober, he was loving. When he drank, he became someone else. Our house was full of arguments and broken promises. When I was 9 years old, he packed his bags and left without saying goodbye. I came home from school and saw his empty closet. That day, I learned what it felt like to be abandoned. I kept asking my mom when he would come back. She never had an answer. After he left, I became quiet. I didn't talk much at school. I didn't make many friends. I felt invisible. The only place where I felt safe was in my room with music. When I was 11, my uncle gave me his old guitar. It had scratches and a broken string, but it was the most precious thing I owned. Every night I sat on my bed and practiced. My fingers would hurt, my voice would crack, but I never stopped. I sang when I was sad. I sang when I was scared. I sang when I missed my father. Music became my best friend. My mom used to sit outside my room and listen. Sometimes I would hear her crying quietly. She always told me, "Emily, one day the world will hear you." I smiled, but deep inside I didn't believe it. We were poor. We didn't know anyone in the industry. Dreams like that felt impossible. When I was 16, I discovered YouTube. I saw girls my age posting videos and becoming famous. One night, after doing my homework, I placed my phone on a pile of books, stood in front of it, and sang. No makeup, messy hair, nervous hands. I recorded the video 5 times because I kept messing up. When I finally liked one version, I almost deleted it. My hands were shaking. But somehow, I pressed upload and went to sleep. The next morning, I had 200 views. By the evening, I had 2,000. By the weekend, I had 20,000. Strangers were writing kind things about me. They were saying I had talent, that I had a gift, that I shouldn't give up. No one had ever said things like that to me before. I cried for hours. From that day on, I started posting every week, after school, after chores, after helping my mom. Music became my life. When I was 19, a talent manager emailed me. I thought it was a scam. I almost deleted it, but my mom told me to reply. 2 months later, I was on a plane to Los Angeles for the first time in my life. I was terrified. I had never been so far from home. At the airport, my mom hugged me tightly and said, "Go chase your dream. I'll be okay." I didn't know then how much I would miss her. Los Angeles felt like another world. Big buildings, fancy cars, perfect people. I felt small and out of place. I signed my first contract. I recorded my first album. My first song went viral. Suddenly, my life changed overnight. I had managers, stylists, security guards. I couldn't walk alone anymore. I couldn't go shopping by myself. I couldn't even eat in public without being photographed. The media loved me. They called me America's sweetheart, the innocent girl, the perfect role model. At first, I was proud. Then I felt trapped. I couldn't make mistakes. I couldn't be angry. I couldn't be sad. I had to smile all the time, even when I was exhausted, even when I was lonely, even when I missed my mom so much that it hurt. I worked 16 hours a day, recording, rehearsing, interviews, photo shoots, tours. I barely slept. I barely ate. I stopped having friends. Everyone around me was either working for me or using me. I didn't know who I could trust anymore. That's when I met Jackson Reed. We met at an award show in Las Vegas. He was already a superstar, a rapper known for his dark lyrics and bold personality. People were scared of him, but when we talked backstage, he was gentle and honest. He told me about growing up poor in Detroit, about his anger, about his depression. I told him about my father leaving, about my fears. We connected in a way I hadn't connected with anyone in years. We became friends. We talked on the phone late at night. We supported each other. There was nothing romantic, at least not for me. But the media didn't believe that. They started making stories. They said we were secretly dating. They followed us everywhere. They took pictures of us talking and turned them into headlines. At first, we laughed about it. Then it became stressful. One day, during an interview in New York, the host asked me about Jackson. Without thinking, I said, "I think he's in a relationship anyway." I didn't mean anything bad. I was just trying to stop the rumors. That one sentence changed everything. Jackson felt betrayed. He thought I had exposed him. He thought I had embarrassed him. He stopped answering my calls. He stopped replying to my messages. I didn't understand what I had done wrong. Then he released a song. Everyone told me not to listen. I didn't listen at first, but one night I was alone in my hotel room and I played it. It was about me. He didn't say my name, but everyone knew. He twisted my words. He made me look like a liar. He made millions of people believe I was a bad person. The worst part was when he performed it in Chicago and I was in the audience. I didn't know he would sing that song. When the beat dropped and the crowd started screaming, my heart stopped. Thousands of people were singing those words about me, laughing, cheering, enjoying my pain. I walked out before it ended. I cried in my car. I cried in my hotel room. I cried in front of the mirror. I kept asking myself, what did I deserve this? After that, everything fell apart. Online comments destroyed me. People called me names. They said I deserved it. They said I was exposed. I stopped opening social media. I stopped trusting people. I stopped trusting myself. I stopped eating properly. I couldn't sleep. I had panic attacks. Some nights I sat on the bathroom floor and cried until sunrise. I felt empty. I felt worthless. I felt like I had failed everyone. For 8 months, I disappeared. No interviews, no music, no posts. People said I was weak, that I couldn't handle fame, that I was finished. They didn't know I was fighting for my life. I went to therapy. I started taking care of my mental health. I learned how to love myself again, slowly, painfully, one small step at a time. One night, in a small studio in Los Angeles, I sat alone with my guitar. I started singing everything I'd kept inside, my fear, my anger, my sadness, my loneliness. I cried while singing. That song became Still Standing. When it was released, I was terrified, but people loved it. Fans sent messages saying my song helped them survive, helped them feel less alone, helped them speak out about their pain. That's when I realized my pain had a purpose. I stopped pretending. I stopped trying to be perfect. I stopped living for others. I became myself, strong, honest, free. Years later, Jackson apologized privately. No cameras, no drama, just words. I forgave him, not for him, for me, because holding anger was hurting me more than it was hurting him. Today, I live in San Diego. I run a foundation that helps young artists with mental health and bullying. I speak in schools, I answer fan letters, I listen to stories. I remind people that they matter. If you are watching this and you feel broken, please remember this. So did I. If you feel lost, so did I. But you are still here, and that means you are strong. My name is Emily Carter, and this is my truth. If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Support this channel by liking, sharing, and turning on notifications for more true life stories.